So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJs After Dark.
Yeah, baby.
That's right.
Hey,
Good
guys.
morning, everybody. DJs After Dark. My name is Danny J, along with Dr. Rock Ray Thomas.
My manager said I have to be here for security reasons.
Yeah.
Rob Cannon.
Hey,
Fast Eddie C. And Snuggles.
Eddie, you got to talk.
This is Katie.
That's Katie.
It's
Katie.
good that she's covering
And-
that beautiful face.
Coming out of South Carolina, we got some Matt Stunner action going there.
Morning, gentlemen.
What's going
Sir.
on, buddy?
Same old, same old.
Lovely episode of DJs After Dark. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. A lot of great shows are coming on this network, on the DJB Productions Network, and I'm very, very excited about it. I want to thank everybody that's involved, including this whole crew here.
Dan, tell us about some of the shows.
You're welcome.
Yes, absolutely. You got DJs After Dark, which we love doing the show. It's so much funny. We have the flagship, which is That Way Cool Wrestling Show. That's doing great. We got some great interviews coming up to finish up the season 4. We have Capes Not Included, which is a good nerd geek show talking about superheroes and cartoons and superhero shows.
Love
and
that,
sci-fi.
man. You gotta
It's
love
awesome.
it, people. Gotta subscribe.
Sci-fi stuff, all kinds, all the really
We
good,
got
juicy
hosted
stuff.
by Matt Sunner. We have
MS.
Have You Seen It Lately? Talking about cult movies that were awesome and maybe you forgot about it, but you're like, hey, you know what? That was a great movie. Let's watch that again. Let's talk about it. So we talk about that on air. And then also brand new to the show or to the network, we have not only the Pop-Up Couch with Christy, which is the lovely Christy Sanborn. She's a hairdresser from the Landing Strip. She has her own podcast, but she's on DJB Productions Network with the Pop-Up Couch with Christy. She gives out free advice based on, she's a hairdresser.
You guys pop up.
She talks and a lot of guys pop up on that show.
Yeah.
But she gives free advice. It's by all means, and I say this on every show, she is not a professional counselor in any means. If you do need professional support,
Turn to Danny J.
Yes. No, seek professional help whenever it is necessary. She, much like a bartender or a DJ, can provides free advice based on life experience, like we've all done.
We've all
in the
had.
past.
And then the new thing about the Rob Cannon documentary,
Yes,
which is
yes.
that's
And
being
then
filmed.
finally, just debuted.
Yeah, it's a new movie.
It's a big time hit right now. Bob Taylor presents New Comic Book Wednesdays. Bobby T is a good friend of mine. He gives you all the different new comic books that are coming out, the different new toys that are coming out, the pops. So if you're into collectibles, you're into comic books, he tells you what to look for, what comics are out right now, goes over the variant covers, that type of thing. That's on the network as well. That's blowing up right now. Everybody's loving that show as well. And we have more shows coming. So stick around, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little bell to notify, and you'll
Yes,
All my
notifications.
rockers out there, do me a favor, subscribe
check it
to
out.
this stuff, man.
You're
It's
gonna
good
love it.
stuff. It's good
You're gonna
stuff.
love it.
You are almost, and I will say almost guaranteed to find something that you will enjoy.
Almost. I mean, I don't know if you will.
I won't fully guarantee it, but odds are you'll find something you'll enjoy.
Odds are something's going to happen. I'm blaming Martha.
Ed reading the Gettysburg Address,
But,
but there's something out there.
But here's the deal. A lot of great stuff. Guys, you're going to want to check it out. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Thank you. DJs After Dark.
Let's
We're
do
talking
it.
about soundtracks.
Right here, right now.
Nice.
Soundtracks. When you think of soundtracks, obviously this is the music makes anything. If you take a soundtrack away from the music, if there was no Glory of Love, there would be no Karate Kid.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweep at the leg.
If there was no I'm All Right, there would be no golf movie.
Correct.
So
Correct. Yeah.
we're talking about soundtracks today, how they move movies along, how they create stuff, and we're also going to talk about the difference between general soundtracks and songs that didn't even need a movie.
Right.
They were so big they can go off on their own, and it made the movie that much better. And the people that were behind it and that type of thing. When I think of soundtracks, the very first and one of the only people that come to mind in my head besides Rob Cannon is
Thank you, Daddy.
Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins.
All right.
He had a great career. He's got a great voice. Love everything that Kenny does. But Kenny's large amount of hits all came from movies.
He said it. I watched an interview with him. He said it. If it wasn't for the soundtracks, some of my songs that became monsters wouldn't have been monsters.
And then think about that for a second. They became monsters. When you think of I'm All Right, you do think of the movie. When
You think of the gopher.
Yeah, you think of the gopher.
Correct.
When you think of Footloose,
He dancing.
Kevin Bacon.
Look at
flying all
I
over the
want to
place.
dance.
You know, when you think of Meet Me Halfway, you might not think of anything, but that's from Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. Okay.
Yeah.
When you think
Great this song may have even actually been better than the movie on that one, unfortunately.
Danger Zone.
It was a good movie, but I think the song was actually better than the movie.
Danger Zone.
But anyway.
Like a Top Gun.
Top Gun.
These are songs that had major radio play, but were all part of movies. And you got to think about that for a second. Another one that comes to mind.
What was the Seal song?
The Seal song was Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose from Batman.
Automatically Batman.
That was Batman. That was Batman 2.
Yes.
That was Batman 2, which was what? Batman Forever? No.
Batman Forever.
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. Batman Returns. Yep.
Danny DeVito, baby.
And it's the only song on that soundtrack that ever did anything.
Mm-hmm.
You better mind too.
Well, the rest of them, the Penguins were singing right there or something.
When you're on the toilet, what songs do you think of from movies?
When I'm where?
When you're on the crapper.
When you're on the crapper.
Not really thinking about movies at that point.
Where's the cola guard box? All right.
It's like having grandpa on the show.
I love it.
Grandpa, wake up.
Grandpa, wake up. Take your pill.
Thanks for showing up, Ed.
Hey, listen, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
You watch.
That's about it right now. So go get.
Ed, tell me about soundtracks that you like.
Oh Christ, that goes back to the '80s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so hey, my background. Most of the movies in my background were the '80s.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
That was probably the best decade for movie soundtracks.
It really
was.
That soundtrack was
Doesn't
awesome.
anybody knock anymore?
That was a great one.
That started Oingo Boingo, and that's what
Of
Danny
course.
Elfman. Look how rich he is now.
I know.
That's what he does.
And
His
that's a
soundtrack.
funny thing too. Now, Oingo Boingo, which It's a Dead Man Walking was in.
Right.
Dead Man's Party. Dead Man's Party.
Dead Man's Party was in Ronnie Dangerfield's Back to School.
Back to School, yeah. And they performed it in the movie.
Yeah,
that's true. In the movie.
It really wasn't a soundtrack song. It was a song that added to the soundtrack.
How about the movie that Ed turned down that he could have been in? Remember back in the 80s, Last American Virgin? They asked Ed to star.
Last American Virgin, yeah.
And Ed wouldn't do it.
Ed wouldn't do it. He didn't
said,
like
I'm
the
not
soundtrack.
a virgin.
And that movie had full frontal. But
He said, I'm not a virgin.
Yeah.
Right, Eddie? Remember when they asked
Not
you to
Eddie's
do
full
that?
frontal. I forget. Who was the girl that was in the movie?
Eddie, you all right there? Let's
Ed,
check
you all
on it.
right?
Let's look in your. Ed, do me a favor. Open up.
Ed's like, why am I here?
wanna check
Why
your-
did I get up this early for these shows again?
Like once for yes and twice for no.
Ed, you look like you could scare young people away from drinking forever.
No, honestly, time out.
Time out.
Been up all night.
All right.
All right.
Haven't been to bed yet.
Let me tell you
I don't want to
something.
hear about your
Let me
sexathon.
tell you something. Ed is 32 years old.
Stud buster.
Looks stunning.
60, thank you.
How old?
I'll be what? What am I? I'll be 57.
57. He was
Okay.
in his 60s. Look, you remember what decade he was
All
in.
right, somebody's got to
He's in
bite.
the
Ed, why
60s.
were you up all night? What was the matter?
Why were you up all night, Ed?
Well, long night last night. I actually hooked up a home security system in the middle of the night last night.
So nobody would break in?
Was that a bunch of-
You're supposed to install it before they break in, Ed. You're
what
supposed to
happened was-
install it before they break in.
Now,
What happened was Ed ate all the soup cans and they had to string them along to the,
No.
the back door.
You were getting soundtracks playing in the background when you were installing it.
no, I just woke up the house.
DJ's After Dark, aka Harass Ed.
And then Ed, the home security system he put together was the Home Alone home security system. So Ed went out and got micro machines. They put them all over the floor.
It's like that guy banging on the window with the pipe and the girl sleeping in the bedroom. Don't let this happen to your home.
From Indonesia, Ed had a tarantula sent in. He's gonna swing that on a fucking vine to somebody's head.
All right.
All right. That's all.
Talk to the hand.
Yeah.
Talk to the hand.
Ed, you got lovely skin.
Thank you.
You moisturize, exfoliate.
Do you moisturize? Look at those gabs.
Them hands were in plenty of movies.
Was the soundtrack called The Finger? What was it? Did they have one?
Ed's hands start in porn. He was the stunt hand.
stunt hand. But
Danny
now,
Kaye used to be the stunt cop.
if you think
Where's the gripper? Where's the gripper for this movie?
The fluffer.
the buffer and the gripper, and had double duty. But if you think about
The fluffer didn't show. We need you.
Oh, all right, get on with the dumbass show. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. Let's talk about what we're here for.
Get on with it. Get on with it.
So going and looking at Matt's background, he has a couple of really good movies. A big soundtrack was Saturday Night Fever.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was going to put that on. Of course, I didn't have any room for it unless I was going to cover my.
Oh, you know what? I was looking. I don't
even think the Bee Gees got popular into that movie.
No, the Bee Gees were always they were.
Yeah, but I think that
they
really
were
put them on the
mid-card.
top.
But then they got involved with Robert Stigwood, and Robert Stigwood was very big in changing that whole disco scene, like with Club 54.
Dude, More Than a Woman.
Right. Was
and
still ours.
How Deep Is Your Love?
Yeah.
Are their two greatest hits.
Right.
Period. I mean, out of everything they did Tragedy, they did so many. I'm a big Bee Gees fan. But
Wedding Day. Oh my God, Wedding Day.
Those songs were boom. Yes.
If you're a big Bee Gees fan,
yes.
There's a cover band overseas. They're called Night Fever. Look them up on YouTube.
Night Fever? That's
Fever.
a bad movie, dude.
Fever.
No.
If it's Night Fever, it's going to cost too much.
That's the name of the band. They're
Night
amazing.
Fever.
Beaver.
Amazing.
Justin.
Amazing. Let me see if I can find one of their soundtracks. And I'll play
Night Fever.
And you tell me. Hold on.
Out comes Ron Jeremy.
Oh, shut up.
More Than a Woman.
Now, I'll tell you that a soundtrack can truly either make or break a movie.
Thanks for bringing us back, Matt.
We were all falling.
Matt, I kind of got when you said Saturday Night Fever. People that didn't know disco music, all they had to do was pick up that soundtrack, and there was
and it was like it's like now you know the basics.
You knew everything from Open Sesame to More Than a Woman, and like Dancing Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine
And
Band.
let's face it, there were other disco movies back then, and disco was a big.
Oh,
craze.
thank God it's Friday!
It was a big craze and all, but like
that was the big one.
You got to see dancing. You got to see
it.
That Studio 54 lifestyle. And you know what's funny? When you think of Saturday Night Fever, go back to our last episode. We were talking about country, and we talked about the 92.5.
The 49-minute episode.
We said how it was like an experience. When you looked at Saturday Night Fever, didn't John Travolta's character, like, he was just so obsessed with getting to the club?
Correct.
You know what I mean? That was his thing.
It was like you
to nail Karen Ann Gorney,
it really
who was actually
was.
35.
It really was, because during the week, like KP was on the weekends, and like on Wednesday night on CMT, they had their little country line dancing show, which was like they're dancing on the air type of thing. And I was watching it, and I used to call my buddies. I was like, dude, I can't wait for Friday. I can't wait for Sunday.
Thank God it's
Friday.
You ever went during the week?
No, not during the week. I went one day, and it was like it closed at midnight. It was so dead. But like,
actually, they were busy up until around 11.
All right, get it up.
As soon as music plays and anybody goes like, I'm not paying for this shit. Go.
But
the Bee Gees with a cover band.
He was really obsessed. He was really obsessed.
But it sounded good.
With going to the club and stuff like that. And it was such a compelling story in that scenario, because I could relate with that. And that happened with us with the country stuff. Now, you get Kenny Loggins. Let's go back to Kenny Loggins for a second. This son of a bitch.
Oh, my God.
What he put out. He puts out, here's songs. You got I'm All Right. I'm Free. I don't know if you guys remember I'm Free.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
from
free.
Footloose. Okay. Yeah. Then you get
people still like that at parties.
Meet Me Halfway. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are songs that are still getting like, hey, can you play this? Can you play
especially
that?
Footloose.
Especially Footloose. Yeah.
I mean, he's like a zillionaire, and he started
Danger
with
Zone.
Your Mama Don't Dance.
Danger Zone.
Yeah.
Big one. And there's a song that
I just did that at a wedding for the firemen.
Oh,
the guy
cool.
says, "Can you play Danger Zone?" The firemen sing that before they go into the fire.
Oh, that's cool. See, that's the cool thing. And see, that's what you relate to. What did he do anything in Days of Thunder?
No, he did not do anything in Days of Thunder.
That's the movie that wasn't as good.
Right.
No, but then he has "Meet Me Halfway" from Over the Top, and that's a great song. I play that a lot at weddings.
Mhm.
"Meet Me Halfway," like during the like when you're doing the dinner and stuff like that. And sometimes for dancing and stuff like that, I'll play that. He has another song that was right. He smacked it right in the middle of all these great hits, and it was called "Forever."
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great song by Kenny Rogers. Was not a soundtrack song, but it was like one of them. It was one of the ones that slipped in while it's like hot. Oh yeah, okay, hot. You know, like his career was soundtracks. It really was.
Yeah.
And he did such a great job, and he's such a great artist.
Sometimes an artist can save a movie, like Aerosmith. Don't want to miss a thing. I
Yeah.
forget. Now that became a monster hit for Aerosmith.
Yeah.
To save that movie, and I can't think. Matt, you would know what was the name of the movie?
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
And the movie didn't do too well, but Aerosmith rocked it. And everybody knew.
Pretty good.
Did it?
That movie, yeah, it did pretty well.
Did it?
That soundtrack, that was almost like a piece together. It was like all old, like a lot of 70s rock hits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had
yes.
Don't Want to Miss a Thing, but a lot of the other songs that they had, like 3 other songs that were all previously released by them, like ZZ Top, an old ZZ Top song was on there.
Yeah.
So basically, it was a lot of like classic rock. There were only I think they only made like 3 or 4 original songs for the movie.
And that's what you bring up. And that's the thing I'm making a point of is that these songs that we're talking about, like from Kenny Loggins, from Aerosmith, and that song, these are original songs that were written for these movies, and they were mega hits. Mega hits.
Hootie and the Blowfish had one too, and
go through soundtracks in general of any movie, and try and find any hit.
How about
You know what I mean? Like in some
soundtrack
cases.
that's still strong with every party?
What classical one was that, Rob?
Grease.
Grease is probably one of the most requested.
What's up, stud?
Soundtrack genres I could probably think of for any DJ party. It really is. You know, their stuff is timeless.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things.
Grease lightning and stuff.
And you know what? Here's the funny thing, though. Now that's a little bit different too, because with Grease, those songs did not really. They were made for the movie, but they never really made it past the movie. Think about that for a second. They really didn't get a lot of. They didn't get a lot of radio airplay.
Grease lightning,
radio
airplay.
They didn't get a lot of radio airplay. It had to be edited
because it says pussy
wagon.
wagon.
I don't know, dude.
Oh, maybe not that.
I don't think it got. And You're the One I Want.
Isn't there a way to look
they're
that
novelty
up?
songs. Hey, look that up.
Like the Grease
Get back to us by Tuesday.
Yeah, well, here you go. I got a question.
Radio airplay for those songs, Ed.
Well, Ed's looking that up. I have a question for everybody because I actually brought this up on the Have You Seen It Lately Facebook page a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
For each of you guys, is there a song other than stuff that was written for the movie, okay, that when you hear it, you immediately think of a particular movie? Like for me, anytime I hear either Do-Wah Diddy or I immediately think of Stripes.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
if I hear
specifically?
Yeah, like a song that was used, not written specifically for the movie. It was used so well in the movie that as soon as you hear it, you think of it.
Once, Quincy Jones.
What was the song from Animal House?
What movie though, Rob?
Last American Virgin. Because he kept on getting rejected.
Run around to Ron.
No, it's the one where Otis. Remember us from last night?
The Shout. Shout.
That was Shout was one of them. But there was another. There was another one from Animal House. Oh my God, it was great.
All right, well, Race will think about it. How about you, Dave?
For me,
yeah.
For me, I the boys are back in town. I think Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. Lindsay.
When they first pull out of the thing with their first gig, I always think of Ghostbusters with that.
And Ray Parker, man, he made it big through that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although of course it was a super big hit, but that was a one-hit wonder for Ray Parker.
Yeah. And hey, what was the controversy around that song? You remember the controversy around that song?
I do.
Boston Makes Me Feel Good.
No. He got sued by Huey Lewis in the news.
Yes, that's right.
They plagiarized I Want a New Drug.
I Want a New Drug. He's right.
What?
He's right.
I want a new drug.
Hey, George
Harrison. It's like they took that Ray Parker Jr. stole the hook of I Want a New Drug and made it.
Baby and
right.
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Do you remember My Sweet Lure? He got sued for one fine day by the Chiffons.
And then how are we already 20 minutes into the show?
I have no doubt. Because we keep making these left turns. Just
Ed, are you still looking up something?
I'm driving. What was that then?
give me some lovin' was another
Somebody
one.
gave Ed his back pills.
Anytime I hear Spencer Davis group, give me some lovin'. I immediately think of Days of Thunder.
We're going to be the before guy.
Ed, we were asking you to look up if any of the Grease soundtrack had radio airplay, and if you could potentially see how much.
Okay.
Because I really don't think it did. I think as a novelty.
I know it
It's very
had
popular.
lots of airplay at the parties.
But
that's not radio.
That's not radio. That's not
It
radio.
did, but it did get airplay too. I'm just saying.
Matt, what was the track listing on,
Not like
on
like
Animal House?
Kiss of a Rose or
They
something.
Animal
brought
House.
some number
Okay.
one.
I want that song that I'm going to tell you was an awesome song from Animal House, but I'm getting old now. It doesn't look it because I still look like man candy, but nothing works.
Yeah.
Yankee,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, Werther's original.
I'm gonna rub off on
Thanks.
Hey.
Right.
It
It looks like a Werther's original.
I have the soundtrack from Animal House up. What did you want with that?
Shout from the eyes, Shamalama Ding Dong,
No.
Otis Day and the Nights.
Hey,
Yeah.
Animal House.
That was it. Shamalama Ding Dong.
Okay.
That was the one.
All right, Ed. Now going back 5 minutes ago to what I asked you to look for, could you look and see what Grease
Ed,
soundtrack?
just Google
Grease soundtrack radio airplay.
I just
Google oh, wait a minute.
No. Grease soundtrack radio airplay.
Imagine they call this DJs After Dark and we're talking DJ stuff.
I know, right?
We haven't talked about Ariana's butt at all this
Wow,
episode.
great soundtrack that would make.
Oh my God.
okay.
Butt Bongo Fiesta on Ariana Grande's ass.
Right.
Yeah,
Tongue in cheek, baby.
but like Footloose, as an example. Now, granted, Footloose was much like Saturday Night Fever was a music
Yes.
movie, so you kind of have to expect some hits to come out of it.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So that soundtrack got a lot of airplay, like overseas, tons overseas. In the United States,
Yes.
on the Billboard charts and airplay, it only peaked at 25.
There you go. See, I'm telling you, it was not popular out here as far as radio is concerned.
Right, and that was radio play on the actual Billboard chart. It
Yeah.
peaked at 23.
Yes,
But I will
See,
tell you this:
and
the
that's not
DJs
really
made
that
that
high.
soundtrack very popular.
but DJ, right? You're actually
DJs
right.
made that soundtrack
DJs
popular.
made it popular, and that's one of those songs where the soundtrack was so good, it made the movie legendary,
Correct.
and it made the soundtrack legendary.
Right.
Like it took off on its own without radio, and that's a different thing altogether in comparison to "A Kiss from a Rose" from Seal. That was like a song you could play right now and say, "Oh yeah, I totally think of Batman." Another song you were asking me, Matt, was like "Hero" from Nickelback,
Yep.
which was from Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's another show. for another
Chad
show.
Kroger and Josie
Nickelback.
Scott from
Yeah.
Saliva.
Yes.
Right. Because I thought Nickelback was great. We'll talk about that at a later show.
Now, here's a something that I get a lot of razz about. I get a lot of razz about because I'm like,
Dan, you get a lot of razz about
I
it?
get a lot of razz.
All right.
I seem to be the only person that likes this movie.
What is it?
What?
Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
I actually liked it. I thought they.
It was not a bad movie.
It's
was
not a
not.
bad movie.
They crucified
I
it. but-
honestly think that I would have to convince Ben Affleck that it was a good movie, and he was a fucking Daredevil on it.
I also
Yeah,
like.
but
I also like Green Lantern, and everybody said it was. I like the movie.
That wasn't that great. I mean, I could watch it on TV, but I'm glad I didn't get a movie.
Right.
No, Ray, you're wrong. You're wrong, Ray.
Oh my God, I'm never going
But,
to disagree with Danny J. No,
you'll be off the show again.
I'll be done.
Show.
But the
3 shows you won't.
I'll be on that
Daredevil.
new show. This pile of lint.
Look what I pulled from my belly button today.
but
I wonder if it smells.
I was talking about Mr. Stone that way.
but Daredevil soundtrack is off the hook. The songs in there, out of if there's 12 tracks in there, there are 3 tracks that are definitely just 15 and
What is this?
I don't know.
The
Is he
lint.
watching
His backbone kicked in. But the there's 3 tracks that are definitely like they're in the movie. I mean, all the tracks are in the movie, but these other tracks literally could have radio airplay if they wanted to. Some of them did. Evanescence made their career
Yes.
off of Daredevil.
That was another band I thought would be around for a long time because of that
Right?
soundtrack. Yeah.
Right.
And then
exactly.
they were
that was a
like-
good- and then they went away.
She went, shit, I can't sing no more. Out.
Yeah,
Right.
that was it. And but those 2 songs My Immortal, and what was the other one, Matt?
Bring Me to Life.
Bring Me to Life.
Great
Those
song.
two songs were monster hit songs.
And again, DJs kept playing those two songs.
Right.
Here you go. Now, for Daredevil, now this is the thing. This was like almost like a who's who of rock music at that time. You have Fuel, The Calling, Saliva, Seether, Nickelback, Drowning Pool.
Yes.
The Nappy Roots, Moby, Evanescence, Chevelle, Hoobastank.
Yeah.
They all
It was a monster soundtrack.
Evanescence, Finger 11, 12 Stones.
If you like rock, and if you like rock music, with the exception of the couple songs on there that really do suck, you
They were the classical
get
ones
that
for you,
CD.
Rob.
I'm guaranteeing you will love that CD.
Yes.
It really is a great CD. Ooh, there's a cop there. He wants to get on the show.
Yeah.
Gonna knock on the
He's
door and
trying to
asking
stop the
Danny
live
about some girl.
Yeah.
I'm watching the show and I want to talk to Rob about this van he's talking about. No, but he
Blue sprinkle paint.
But that's a great thing. Now, you go back before, there are soundtracks like I recently, like Matt and I talked about The Wraith on Have You Seen It Lately, which it's on the DJB Productions Network. Go ahead and check it out.
That was a fun show.
It was a good show there. On that thing, and you gotta kind of just like music. You know how like there's some songs that you hear in a movie and it's not getting radio airplay, but you're like, I really kind of like that song. And stuff like that. And on The Wraith, there's a couple songs on there, like it's called one is called what's it called? That was Blue Eyes. It's it was the love song between the two main characters.
Hold on, Blue Eyes.
Hold on, Blue Eyes. That's actually a very good song. It's a very sexy song, sultry song. I actually have that on my phone because I like to listen to it in my car. And then there's
as he pulls off on the side street.
And then there's the other song in here, Matt, is the yeah. That's why the cop is here. Yeah. But the other song is the song at the end of the movie, Matt. Where's the Fire? I think it's called.
Where's the Fire? Yeah.
That
was kind of like
it's a dated song because when you listen to it,
the whole movie is kind of a collection of, with a couple exceptions, like 80s one-hit wonders. But like Tim Feehan, which again, that's the only song I know from him, the Where's the Fire.
Yeah.
Honeymoon Suite, they had some minor success during the time. Stan Bush, Lamarca, Jill Michaels. Then you have Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Secret Loser. That was the first race we get to see.
Ozzy was the big one, yeah.
Lion. Then you also have Ian Hunter and Bonnie Tyler. So I mean, Ozzy, Ian Hunter, Bonnie Tyler.
So it's another good one where it's one of those things where these are not going to get radio airplay, but they're good enough songs to say I like it, I want it. You know, that type of thing. So there's a big, huge difference in soundtracks, and I think you have to just obviously you got to like the movie, but the other thing you got to like look for the stuff and say, you know what. Fuck it.
But but if you remember the movie Me, Myself, and Irene, believe it or not, now Hootie and the Blowfish had a lot of great songs, but there was a song on there called I'm Trying to Tell You. It was their best song out of every song they've ever done.
How about movie soundtracks that are about rock groups right now, that now their music's coming back, like
Queen, Elton John.
Well,
here you go. You bring up Queen, because not only is Queen just one of the most successful bands of all time, but Queen has a great history in soundtracks. The Highlander soundtrack, Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
Flash Gordon. I mean, Flash Gordon's an amazing soundtrack, right? But now, going back to Bohemian Rhapsody, which was their biopic, right? The song that's getting a shit ton of airplay now is Don't Tell Me Now. That's now in
Tell Me Now.
That's now in commercials.
Yep.
That's now in
Don't Stop Me Now.
Don't Stop Me Now. Thank you. It's now in Shazam. It's in the new Shazam movie during his training class.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So that song from that movie is now getting a shit ton of airplay. And actually, it's been on the radio a lot now recently, too. Because now you start to notice things. You say, oh, yeah, I remember that song. That was a good song. And then all of a sudden, now you're hearing it everywhere. You never heard it up until then. You know what I mean? But now you're hearing it down. So you're right in those things. Now, the only other soundtracks that are out there, now these are songs that are not built for soundtracks, but they make a great soundtrack. Go to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is a great soundtrack. because it's all Motown and 80s hits. And how about it? I mean, it's just a great collection of music, you know?
Yeah.
And again, as I was saying earlier about making the film, they use all the songs in that movie in an excellent fashion.
Yes.
I mean, every single one of the songs almost makes sense. Like you think about the Pina Colada song, Escape.
Yep.
When do they play it? When they're escaping from the galactic prison.
Right.
It's like, how fitting is that? Everybody knows it's the Pina Colada song. Yeah. And it's like, why are they playing this? And so it's called The Escape.
It is.
Escape. And it's like, you think about it and watching the movie, and it's great.
Check these out. I mean, they music enhances everything.
Yes, it does.
And it just enhances these movies. And the movies enhance the songs. So it is a two-way street with that. We got a lot of great stuff. Hit that subscribe button down below.
Because we have to escape.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Make sure you're checking out all the other shows on the network. I do appreciate all the support here. We're in the Canon Entertainment Studios, so make sure for DJing, go to canonentertainment.com. You can email Rob Cannon personally at rcannon@canonentertainment.com, or you can dial 610-449-8908.
No, it never changed the phone number.
It never did.
Never did.
It's like a
Check
sound-
out my
Few phone numbers in my life that I totally absolutely remember without having to look it up in my contacts.
But check it out for all your DJ needs. You want to check that out? We're graciously here in the Canon Entertainment Studios doing the show. And for Matt Sunner, for Fast Eddie C, for Rob Cannon, and for Dr. Rock Ray Thomas.
Please do me a favor and subscribe, because these shows are awesome and they're on there for you.
Yes, definitely. And we have a lot of fun doing it.
And you know what we never mentioned? Actually, that people should put comments, things.
we'll appreciate
Comment what you liked about the show, what you'd like to see us talk about on the show.
We've been getting comments here and there. We get a little bit here
Well,
and
you
there.
get
A
them
lot of
inbox comments mostly.
I mean, I get them on the videos.
We don't do nudity yet, but we will when we get
Not a
more
lot, but I do
listeners.
get them on there and stuff like that. But I definitely want more. I want you guys to talk about. People have commented on stuff that we're talking about on the show. On there, which is kind of cool. I like the interaction. Do that. We're on Facebook at DJs After Dark, and obviously you can go to djbproductions.com. and you can see our stuff there as well. So for all these guys, my name is Danny J. Until next time, we'll see you
after dark.
Looks like the sun's coming up. Was that as good for you as it was for me? Join us next time for DJs After Dark.